Today I'm going to take you guys through the process of swapping upper control arms on this 94 Integra. It's going to be quite roughly the same on all 90s Hondas. Full disclosure, I am no certified mechanic by any means. I graduated from YouTube University, but I'll take you guys through the process on how I like to do things. First off, mind your business and don't worry about the Christmas lights on the dash. I totally got it handled. For those who care to know, this is a fully stock GSR with a test pipe and a K2 muffler on the end, and running a stock ECU, just chipped and tuned. But yeah, there it is. So before I jack it up, I put these boards in front and behind one of the back wheels so that it doesn't move at all as I jack it up, and for safety reasons, that way it doesn't roll away. Now I get the jack stands under there. Make sure it's all centered. Let it down. Then I like to put a little bit of tension on it again, and then I'll shake the hell out of it, make sure it's not going anywhere. Now we can start moving the wheels. Put that under there for safety reasons, just in case it falls. I always like to put things back where I found them, just in case, so I don't lose them. Now I'm getting that bracket out of my way so I can get to the upper control arm bolt.
Why was that so loose? Why was that so loose? Oh my lordy. I don't want to blame it myself. Just got it. Huh. Well. That's that.
Now we can go ahead and rip that cotter pin out. Get that nut off the upper control arm. Loosen that bolt that connects the lower control arm to the subframe. That way you can move it up and down freely when you go to take off the upper control arm and separate it from the spindle assembly. There you go, grabbing the pitchfork and hammering that out. Now we're on the clamp bolt for the fork on the coilovers to remove the coilover. And then break free the nut and bolt that connects the fork to the control arm. Sometimes I have a hard time getting that bolt out, so I'll just grab a punch here and punch out the bolt. Or you can use the ratchet and reverse it out and pull it out with your hand at the same time. Now I always, like I said earlier, put things back where you found them. That way you don't lose them and you're scrambling, looking everywhere all over the garage for that. So the reason I'm doing this job today is because I've been running K-tuned upper control arms, and they're not meant for cars that are this low. So as you can see here, it's been smacking on the shock towers for quite some time. So time to swap them out with these Skunk 2 control arms that are a little bit more friendly to lower cars. I'll just throw those K-tuned ones back on the hatch, as you can see to the side. This is me just adjusting it where I want it, all the camber, and we'll get it thrown back on and test fit it. I know I mentioned it, but on this side I did not take the coilover completely out, but I do on the other side. Unless you got the strength for it, this part's just easier to do with the jack to line everything up. That way you can get the bolts in where they need to be. But sometimes I like to do things the hard way on purpose, so I'm just weird like that. Lift it up, get everything all threaded back in. I'm not going to put the nut on right now because I'm going to test it, fit it real quick, because I don't like putting things back together completely and then it being all messed up, not the way I want it. So that wheel back on, we'll throw a couple lug nuts on it to hold it up there. And then I'll jack it up from the lower control arm, and we'll see how it looks. Not too bad. Sometimes shit happens, but always pay attention to your surroundings and to what you're doing. Whacked it pretty good. Here you can see me taking out the coilover and the upper control arm on the opposite side. Putting everything back together, just reverse of how you took it off. Now when you're torquing your suspension, ball joints, your control arms, you're going to want to jack up the suspension as if it was on the ground and then torque it. Otherwise, you risk prematurely wearing out your bushings and ball joints and whatnot. Jacking up like this also helps when you're trying to tighten down your ball joints again, because sometimes those tricky bolts, they get loose and they'll spin as you try to tighten or loosen the nut off the ball joint. So jacking it up puts pressure on it and helps you out. In some cases, it might not be enough, so you'll see me here in a sec. I'll cut a piece of wood and I'll put it in between the control arm and the shock tower. That way it gives me just that extra little bit of room to jack it up, if you know what I mean. And it worked. So I was able to tighten it to spec and then throw the cotter pin on. So now we get these wheels back on. They get torqued to 80 foot-pounds. And get the jacks out, lower the vehicle, and we'll take it on a little test drive.
And so they basically just combined both of our classes for the day. This one?
I already adjusted them, like fixed it.
Damn, bro, good shit. Not to the human eye.
If anything like this.
Single Borderlands game though.
Really?
I'm like low key. I want to fucking play every single one.
There's my beautiful wife.
Oh my god, it drives so much better. It's not bouncy anymore, bro. Your little rip.
Fuck yeah. All fucking day, dude. I'd be fucking sitting there. Constantly. Someone pissed me off, dude. Throw that shit neutral.
I have had to do that plenty of times. Oh, we're definitely rubbing. I don't give a f.
Overall, that was quite the success. Car drives a lot better, so I'm happy with it. If any of you were looking for torque specs on this project, other than the Honda Bible, aka the Haynes Manual, or Google, I like to go to N the Fast Lane, as in the letter N, thefastlane.com. That guy has all the torque specs for everything Honda related, so that he really helps you out, and he has a diagram for it on what sequence to torque everything in. I've just done so much suspension work myself on these cars for years now. It definitely stems from being a bit lazy, but I know I have a good feel for it, so I don't ever really worry too much about it. Comments, questions, concerns, let me know about them, and I'll do my best to address them to the best of my knowledge. And if you're ever in doubt of what you're doing, just do better.